let us do two similar sums now. So in one case I have y is equal to cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. In another case I have y is equal to sin inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. Both are given to value of 0 smaller to x smaller to 1. This means nothing apart from the fact that the range of the inverse function is between 0 and 1, or they are within the first quadrant if you know. So let's see how we can differentiate this. Y is equal to cos inverse 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. In the earlier problem, we saw that substituting it in the conventional formula directly, before that we try and simplify it. So the last time around, we saw 2x upon 1 plus x square. We sort of compared it with 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, which was one of the values of sin 2 theta, and we got a sin inverse sin 2 theta, which became a 2 theta. Here, I have a cos inverse. So it is in my best interests to make some trigonometric value of cos within, because I know cos inverse of cos of anything is that thing. So here 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square, does the substitution of x for something symbolizes some cos value. So let's see, for example, cos 2 theta, which has many values. Cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1, 1 minus 2 sin square theta, cos square theta minus sin square theta, 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. So if you see 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta, it resembles this if I take x to be tan theta, and it is also a fraction. So let me once again go with, let x is equal to tan theta. I get y is equal to cos inverse 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. So y is equal to cos inverse 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta is nothing but cos 2 theta. Now cos inverse of cos of any function is the function itself. So cos inverse of cos 2 theta becomes, also earlier we saw the logic here, if x is equal to tan theta, what is theta? Theta is nothing but tan inverse x. That I'll substitute in y is equal to 2 theta. So y becomes 2 tan inverse x. And now I am differentiating both sides. It becomes d by dx of y is equal to d by dx of 2 tan inverse x. dy by dx is equal to 2 into d dx of tan inverse x. Therefore, dy by, I'll write it at the top, dy by dx is equal to 2 into 1 by 1 plus x square, or dy by dx is equal to 2 upon 1 plus x square, because derivative of tan inverse x is equal to 1 upon 1 plus x square. So that is the first sum. What is this value, or where did we use this value? 0 smaller than x smaller than 1? Nowhere really. It was just for our information that the inverse trigonometric value lies within the first quadrant. Also, something similar. Sin inverse of 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square is equal to y, and I have 0 smaller to x smaller to 1. I say now, guys, I know for a fact that sin 2 theta is equal to 2 tan theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. Sin, it is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta. Nowhere do both of them resemble 1 minus x square upon 1 plus x square. So maybe a slightly different strategy in this sum and the earlier sum is required here. Maybe I go with what I did here. Maybe I get something in cos, and maybe I, within the inverse trigonometric function, I try to reconvert it to sine. You might not connect with what I am saying, but we'll see in a moment. Let x be equal to tan theta. Therefore, y is equal to sine. So x is tan theta, theta is always tan inverse x. Sine inverse 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. I very well know sine inverse of 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta is nothing but cos 2 theta. Why did I do this substitution? Because I know for a fact cos 2 theta is equal to 1 minus tan square theta upon 1 plus tan square theta. Now guys, I know sine inverse of sine of a function is the function. I know cos inverse of cos of a function is a function. I know inverse trigonometric function of any function is that function. But what do I do about a thing like sine inverse cos 2 theta? I go back slightly. I will use eventually sine inverse of sine of a particular function, but I go back slightly to my 10 CBSE or 10 standard knowledge. Cos 2 theta or cos of any theta, let's say cos of any x, how can it be written? Can I write it as sine of 90 minus x, where x is the angle to theta? Absolutely. Or cos of x can be written as sine of pi by 2 minus x. Can I? I absolutely can. So y is equal to sine inverse sine of pi by 2 or 90 degrees minus x, which is angle to theta. Now, is it sine inverse of sine of a particular function? Yes. It's absolutely straightforward. What do I write in the next step? Pi by 2 minus 2 theta. Sine inverse of sine of any function is the function itself. Also, the moment I took x is equal to tan theta, I had seen theta's fate, which was tan inverse x. So I can substitute in pi by 2 minus 2 theta as theta, with theta being tan inverse x. Y is equal to pi by 2 minus 2 tan inverse x. Now, am I in a position to differentiate? I absolutely am. dy by dx becomes ddx of pi by 2 minus ddx of 2 tan inverse x. dy by dx becomes negative 2 by 1 plus x squared. I am not writing the formula here because I have written similar formulas many times in these last two sums. Derivative of any constant is 0. For 2 tan inverse x, I can take 2 outside the derivative. Derivative of tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x squared.